Imagine time freezing for exactly 5 seconds. A bird hovers mid-flight, pedestrians pause mid-step. It sounds like a peaceful, momentary break from reality. This thought experiment involves slamming the brakes on a massive rotating body, forcing it to a dead stop in an instant. Look at this 3D model. It shows the Earth rotating, moving at approximately 1,600 kilometers per hour at the equator. Because we evolved on this spinning rock, our biology filters out that constant, massive speed entirely, and that biological blind spot causes us to drastically underestimate the violence of a sudden deceleration. To understand the mechanics of this, we have to look at a basic rule of physics: inertia. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Think about sitting in a commercial airplane cruising at high altitude. As long as the flight is smooth, you can pour a cup of coffee without spilling a drop, completely unaware that you are moving at hundreds of miles per hour. Now, look at this diagram. It shows what happens if that moving airplane hits an invisible, solid wall in mid-air. The aircraft stops instantly, but the unbuckled objects inside the cabin continue moving forward at the previous cruising speed. In our 5-second scenario, the Earth's crust is that airplane. The sudden halt is the invisible wall. Everything resting on the Earth will violently maintain its 1,600 km/h momentum, even as the crust beneath it comes to a dead stop. 5 seconds. The countdown begins and the planet's rotation drops to zero instantly. Look at this cross-section. As the surface stops, a massive horizontal force propels everything resting on it sideways. Buildings snap off foundations, cars and people shear away. This lateral movement happens at supersonic speed. Unanchored objects instantly become high-speed projectiles sweeping across the landscape. 4 seconds. The solid ground has stopped, but the atmosphere above it has not. The air retains its forward momentum, generating instantaneous 1,600 km/h winds across the globe. These winds are more than 4 times stronger than the most severe hurricanes ever recorded. They scour the landscape, ripping apart surviving structures and turning airborne debris into a relentless wall of shrapnel. In just 2 seconds, solid inertia and atmospheric momentum entirely strip the planet's surface bare. 3 seconds. The destruction scales up from the land masses to the planet's vast liquid bodies. Water has immense mass and volume. Driven by inertia, the oceans violently exit their basins. Billions of gallons of water gather into mega tsunamis, crashing eastward, dwarfing any recorded natural disaster in human history. These tidal waves travel inland at hundreds of miles per hour, surging over the scoured continents. The oceans act as a final, absolute eraser. Any terrestrial pockets that somehow survived the supersonic wind and structural collapse are now permanently drowned. 0. The 5-second countdown is over. The Earth instantaneously snaps back to its 1,600 km/h rotation. This resumption creates a massive whiplash effect, triggering a chaotic, colliding backwash of displaced water and air rushing back to equalize. When the turbulence settles, the geography of the Earth is unrecognizable. Coastlines are utterly reshaped, continents are leveled to the bedrock, and vast stretches of land are submerged under muddy, swirling waters. The physics that govern our daily lives are usually invisible, keeping us anchored safely to the ground. But when those rules glitch, even for a moment, they reveal terrifying power. The math of those 5 seconds dictates absolute, methodical destruction, leaving us with one lingering question: could anything on the surface possibly survive?